morning, everybody. This is Steven with Simple Tesla Life. Welcome to my channel. So, some exciting news to report. Last night, I submitted my order for a Tesla Model 3, and so I'm excited about that. I did go with the long-range all-wheel drive model, and I did opt into full self-driving. So, I guess everything but I did not do performance. And my thoughts on full self-driving, I think full self-driving is going to cost more. I look at what Tesla's advantage is in comparison to the competition, the advantage in terms of the full self-driving computers that they've developed, their own chips, their own silicon, their own software, all of it proprietary. I do think that is going to be, and is, I mean, it's a game changer. It really is. There will be other videos to come on the whole full self-driving suite of features, but I just, again, I think that's just a real game changer as you think about today. There goes a Model 3 right there. But as you think about today, the world we're living in, this is just the beginning. And Tesla has got a huge head start on all other just automakers. You know, forget about electric vehicles for a moment, because yes, there are still internal combustion engine vehicles being manufactured, and in fact, that's the vast majority of vehicles. But I think we're on the cusp of just a revolutionary change in vehicle capability, and this whole full self-driving and autonomy capability that Tesla now has the advantage in, I think that will demand or draw a greater premium in the future. And so anyway, my thought was just lock in right now. To me, that makes more sense than taking a chance and waiting for a year. Plus, you know, when I get full self-driving, I get the opportunity to show you all, put it to use in my life and show you all how I would use it. I don't have to deal daily with stop and go traffic, so that's a benefit of my commute. It's pretty simple. It's about a 25-minute commute. Maybe it's 30 or 35 if things are backed up for a few minutes, but my backups are typically literally just maybe 5 minutes, 10 at the most if there's an accident on the road that I take into the part of Denver where I work. So anyway, so I did get my order in. I noticed when I went to look before ordering, I noticed that there was a new Model 3 long-range all-wheel drive. It was in gray that was in the inventory. Prior to today, there were no all-wheel drive long-range models in inventory in the Denver market. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they call me or email me about it. If there was any other color than white, and I don't know if I mentioned, so I did go with white, the standard Aero 18-inch wheels. So naturally that's what you get. Unless you want to upgrade to the more premium rims. But I really like the white color. I think it doesn't show the dirt and dust as much, certainly as darker colors do. So I went with white. And I think the only other color I would probably go as a second would be the gray. I do think the gray looks good. I also think it probably doesn't show as much dirt as a black, for example. But anyway, each to their own. I know my wife and I were talking a few days ago about just the variety of cars on the road, right? And how that manifests itself in human behavior, and how as humans we just all have the spectrum and variety of differences of interest, thought, and opinion it's wide, right? And I think cars are a manifestation of, you get on the highway and you just look at all the different types of vehicles for different purposes. Even, again, personal use vehicles, right? Especially maybe personal use vehicles. because those personal use vehicles are a real manifestation of each individual's preferences, right? And so anyway, I diverge from my point of talking about my purchase experience. The other thing I was going to say was I did use a referral code. I had to do a little bit of searching because, again, I first time buying a Tesla, so it wasn't 100% clear to me. I thought maybe the referral code would be something I would add in the fields of entry as you go in to enter your order. But what I learned was I think you ultimately, again, somebody can add in the comments here if I'm off base here, but from what I could tell, I had to click the referral code. It took me to a page for that person, and the person's referral code I used was Jason from Engineering Explained. Engineering Explained, he's got his YouTube channel. It's been up for at least maybe a couple of years. And he purchased a Model 3 a while back. I've enjoyed his videos, really like his content. It's a variety of things, and they all tie back to just explaining engineering principles in cars and other, other everyday things. So anyway, I used his referral code. It took me to when you click it, it takes you to a page that allows you then to order, customize an order or look for an existing, in inventory. And so I went to the custom order a Model 3, and then it takes you into the regular Model 3 order page. But it's referencing his referral code, so he's going to get benefit from that. I'm going to get benefit. The benefit, for anybody that wonders, typically it's 1,000 miles of free supercharging for the person that's the referring party, and then the person that's purchasing, it's 1,000 free supercharge miles for them as well. So both parties get benefit. There's a promotion running through end of the month where if you take delivery, I think it's either on or before October 1st, then both parties get 2,000 free supercharger miles. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's the 11th today, so I submitted this order yesterday. When I was in the service center talking to the sales, I don't know if you call them a sales associate or sales advisor, but they made it sound like there was a little bit of a backlog, that maybe it was 3 to 4 weeks or maybe even a little bit longer out from order receipt to order delivery. So we'll see how long it takes Tesla. I am still trying to sell my Chevy Volt. If anybody's interested, feel free to drop a comment. If I don't, I'll end up trading it in. I think that's probably certainly some benefit on the tax side, because you net the price of the vehicle out and only pay taxes on the net difference. So there's some benefit there. So yeah, I think that's it. So the order, once you go submit the order, once you put in your name and your address and everything, your credit card, and you submit, then it comes back with a page that has I don't know what kind of an animal it is. I don't know if it's a real picture of a little, I'm not sure what it is. When I first thought, I thought armadillo, but it's not an armadillo. So everybody's gonna laugh about that. But it comes back, it gives you an order number, and then at that point you're asked to kind of follow up on some additional questions about, like, who's going to be on the title of the vehicle. So my wife and I will both be on the title, and it asks it asks to confirm your address, so I guess to check and see if they need to deliver the car to you. But because I'm close enough to a service and a pickup center, I'll go in naturally to take delivery in Littleton, Colorado. And then it also asks for, like, financing. If you're going to go through Tesla, I'm going to be doing my own financing. I've got a great credit union that gives, and actually they're actually doing a promotion right now. So Corporate America Family Credit Union, shout out to them. I love that credit union. They've been great over the years, and I've financed most of my vehicles through them. Not always. Sometimes I've gone through Bank of America and some other places, but anyway, Corporate America Family Credit Union, good job. And I guess that's really it. If I recall, I think that was it. It did. Oh, there was yeah, you had to put in driver's licenses. Again, that was, I think, part of the process of validating when you go to pick up the vehicle and titling. You know, they wanted driver's licenses of whoever's going to be on the title of the vehicle, so you had to put those in. And I think that was it. Seems like, you know, there was no place, I'd mentioned this, I think, in a prior video. I didn't see any place to, like, say, hey, I want to add home link. So I didn't, you know, there didn't appear to be any sort of I don't know if you call it aftermarket, because as I understand it, the Tesla Service Center will install the home link, but it's not their device, right, that they're putting in the vehicle. But anyway, there wasn't any place to go in and say add additional options, as far as I could tell. And so I wasn't able to add like a home link as an option. It did let you pick if you wanted to have somebody do a estimate for the in-home charging, you know, the Tesla, I don't know if you call it a wall charger. I don't think of it as a wall charger because it's the small plug-in box, or at least I think that's what it is. I guess they have two approaches to the charging, right? You can either buy the mobile, I'll call it mobile charger. Again, I'm not sure if they call it a mobile charger, but it's the one that you literally can plug into a socket, and it can go into the NEMA socket that would be similar to like a dryer, clothes dryer socket, right, for electric dryers. Or I believe then they have also a charger that literally just wires into the electrical system of your home. Yeah, naturally would definitely have to have that professionally installed. I checked the box for getting an estimate. Today, as I've mentioned, I think previously, with my Volt, I just use the 120 outlet, right? And it takes, to charge it up, say when it's down to 40%, you know, it'll take a good 7 or 8 hours. And I'm just spitballing, estimating off the top of my head. If it's almost down to nothing or completely drained, it will take at least 9 or 10 hours or so. And again, I'm just, that's rough estimating. I know it has to go overnight, and if I get home like late and then go drive earlier in the morning, like 7 or so, it's not fully charged, right? So that's off of a 120 volt regular outlet with my Volt. Whereas I know with the Tesla, if I install or have installed a plug that will accept the NEMA, and it's I think you know, options to 30, 40, 50, or 60 amps. I'll have to have an electrician check my fuse box and see what options exist for me. But I'll probably do an estimate to see or I will do an estimate, and I expect I'll end up wanting to install a more capable charging system in my garage, right? Because with a much larger battery, there's no way I would be trickle charging Tesla. So yeah, so that's it. We'll see. I'll keep everybody informed as I get contacted, or you know, we'll see. I know I read some online say that they don't hear anything for weeks. So I don't know, maybe that'll be me. Hopefully, you know, honestly, I don't need to take delivery like immediately. I guess that if they call me up and offer the gray car and there's a bit of a discount, I may bite on that, but we'll see. Like I said, white's my first choice. So anyway, thanks for joining, and I'll keep everybody informed, and we'll go from there. Talk to you later. Bye.